The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
And it is time for a fact that makes your brain just go. Now, 46% of Chicagoans, men and women, have done this in a movie theater. And a lot of great guesses came in on the text line at 312-591-8300. I don't think we have the answer on the text line. Kara, why don't you give us some of the responses?
Well, Caitlin in Lake in the Hills says fallen asleep. I've definitely done that. Aaron in Valpo says snore, so that's sleeping. John in Elgin says bring your own food in. I think a lot of people sneak that in.
Absolutely.
Or sneak alcohol in.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, we got a text from, Deborah had, never mind.
What?
She did what I was thinking.
Well, wait a minute. Let me see what she says here. She said I had sex in a movie theater.
Yeah.
But I think you're looking for sleep. It's a pretty bold, but a lot of people, of course, said sexual acts in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Have a lot of people done that?
It's funny because to have full-on sex in a movie theater is pretty aggressive.
I would say so.
Or also, I don't know how you pull that off unless there's no one else in the theater.
Right.
Well, the armrest would make it tough.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
nowadays you got the double seat, so it's actually easier.
Oh, is that right, Kara?
Yeah.
but I could.
Not that I know, but just saying. Looks like it'd be easier.
Yeah, I've scoped it out a time or two, I guess.
If anybody wants to experiment, hit up Kara on her social media.
No.
No, I get certain sex acts, but
Right.
I don't understand how you could fully have sex in the theater. I mean, without anybody going like, "Hey, stop that!" I need room.
Oh, yeah.
I need a lot of room. I'm 6'4" and a quarter.
Absolutely.
My wife's 5'9".
Yeah.
We can't just snake huddle in there without anybody seeing.
Absolutely.
And even if people see it, I don't know if I want the guy next to me seeing with the mustache. I don't want that guy looking at me.
I wouldn't mind. I do well in front of an audience.
Yeah, sure. Really?
I'm a natural performer, baby.
Except on this show.
That was mean.
So it's not.
So mean.
It's not any of those things. No one guessed it right.
Wow.
46% of Chicagoans, men and women, have done this in a movie theater. They've gotten up and left when the movie sucked.
Oh.
And that is really interesting
That's a high
to me.
number.
Well, first off, even when movies were cheaper, I still felt like I paid something
Yes.
for it, and I'm going to watch the rest of it. It's not like you're on HBO and you're watching a movie and just change the channel.
No, but you could walk into a different theater, though. That's what I've done.
You've got them walk to a different theater?
Yes, seeing a different movie. Yeah.
Kara lives on a different level than us. I tell ya.
So you
Because I
joined,
paid the money to get in. I'm going to see a movie.
but you joined another movie in mid-movie?
Yeah, you could stay all day. They're never going to know. You could see like a day of movies.
Wow.
I've been unemployed and broke. That's how I spent my days.
But aren't there ushers in the back to make sure the theater's clear?
You go to the bathroom. You go buy some candy. They're not going to care.
God, you're shady.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about you. I mean, that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So it's people that got up and left. And I thought about this. There's one movie in my life I remember getting up and leaving. And one of my favorite actors of all time is Sylvester Stallone. I mean, all the Rocky movies, all the Rambo movies, the Expendables movies.
Yeah.
All those great franchises. You got Tango and Cash, the Creed movies, which are related to Rocky, of course.
Was he in a bad movie?
He was in one bad movie. And I remember I went, and I don't know why I just always went to a Sylvester Stallone movie. It was a remake of an old movie called Get Carter.
Get Carter.
Get Carter.
I kind of remember that.
An action thriller, and he was a mob enforcer. Sounds all good to me, right there. Just right, that's all I need right there. But I looked up this movie. I remember when it came out in 2000. So the budget was $63 million for this movie.
Okay.
That's a lot for 2000.
That is.
It made $19 million, and it's got 11% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's
Wow.
tough. That is what we call a deficit.
Well, also, I remember sitting in this movie, and the first 20 minutes, I was like, this isn't a movie. This is like a scene from a movie, the whole thing so far. And I really just sat there saying, am I going to waste another hour and a half? I go, well, I always watch till the end because it might get better. I'm not going to believe that. People are going to say, oh, when you left, it got really good. And that's the only movie in my life, Get Carter with Sylvester Stallone, that I got up and left.
I walked out of Jiggly. I don't even know the name of it. That Ben Affleck movie with Jennifer Lopez.
Oh,
the first time they were together.
Wasn't it Geely?
I don't know. I walked out before I heard it.
It was Geely. Yeah. That was also
That was terrible.
perennial bad movie I've heard. I
Yeah.
never saw it.
Neither did I, because I walked out.
Wow. What about you, Case?
I haven't seen enough movies to walk out of one.
Clearly.
I'm never in a movie theater.
When's the last time? Was it with me and you? The Jackass movie?
No, because I saw Iron Claw and I saw Barbie. But before that, it was you and I at the Jackass premiere, which was the happiest night of my life.
That was a great, great night.
That was the best.
It was such a good time.
A blizzard. Brian and I snuggled together in a movie theater watching Jackass.
We gave away all these passes, but the blizzard was so bad, about only 10 listeners showed up in the theater. So it was just me and Case and 10 listeners.
Wow.
And the giant AMC theater down the street from us, Kara, but like the big theater.
Yeah.
It wasn't a private screening room. It was like, this is where you would watch the Avengers. But it was really just Brian and I and like 7 other people in this room. God, that was good.
See, you could have had sex in that one.
Oh,
There was
we
no one
could've had
around
sex in
you.
that one.
Me and Case. Yeah. Still would have lasted a minute 13. He's hot. Yeah. Someone said if the movie's bad and you walk out, you can get your money back.
Ooh.
That can't be right.
I want to know someone that's done that. If you've done that, sir, prove it to me. Don't just text that in. You got to call and tell me how you did that at 312-591-8300. I want to know if that's true. It's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Once again, a reminder, tomorrow at this exact time, I should say 7:10, make sure you're in that early to get on the phones because they blow up and we say 21 pilots, you're the first people in. At the United Center, those shows October 1st and October 2nd. Tickets on sale a week from Friday. You'll be the first in and free tomorrow morning with Brian and Kenzie at 7:10. Just make sure you're on the phones for that. So happy for Teresa from Downers Grove / Boston. So happy for her. And remember those Lollapalooza tickets now, 4-day passes coming up in 25 minutes. At 8, we start Ticket Blitz Thursday. We'll do it again at 9. Then Lauren will continue on and Brian Phillips. So all day here, every hour on Q101 is how you get to Lollapalooza, which is amazing. Let's just take a little pause here and talk about something, well, related to the bedroom. Getting a little busy, if you will.
Are you about to brag?
No. Never bragged about that. Now, I'm not saying I'm bad. I got a baby.
Hey, you put in some work.
So one time it worked.
At least. At least. But when you're with someone for a while, I'm talking about, and this question comes to you of not, you've been dating for a couple months or maybe even a year, but when you've been with someone for a certain amount of period of time, how do you let them know that you want to have relations, have sex?
I made eye contact.
So you didn't make eye contact any other time? Because just for reference point, Kara filling in for Kenzie has been married twice and divorced twice. I'm not.
No, that's true.
I'm just laying out the groundwork for your answer.
Cycle of life.
Yeah.
You know what happens.
Yeah.
Listen, you got more than 50%. I mean, we've had Jonathan Merrill on here before, our divorce lawyer, who says it's, he's seen marriages last a day, a week, and even a year, or sometimes 40 years. But I mean, there's been some that lasted a day. So,
Right.
No judgment zone. So you just got eye contact? So there was no eye contact any other time of your existence?
Not as long.
Did you raise an eyebrow?
Yes.
Like The
I probably
Rock does?
did. Yeah.
You know, The Rock raises an eyebrow.
I probably did. Maybe do a little nod, like the Jeep nod when you're driving your Jeep down the street. You've never had a Jeep, have you?
I have not.
Yeah,
but
no.
I know
There's a
that.
Jeep nod.
I know there's a Jeep nod. I'm aware of it. But did you kind of say, can you smell what Kara is cooking in the kitchen?
No.
Kara, are you a pimp? This sounds so casual.
I know.
This is an eyebrow raising a head nod?
Well,
What
it's your
is this?
husband. Like, what you gonna do?
I guess. Not talk to him. Why bother?
It's a very real question because I think a lot of relationships break up because not enough
Like,
sex.
what are you supposed to do? What was I doing wrong?
No, you're great. If it worked out. I mean, it didn't.
Well, it didn't. That's what I want to know.
But I'm sure you had good relationships. They were good for a while, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, some people say we didn't have enough sex. That's why the relationship broke up. Well, maybe you didn't communicate good enough, and it's hard to say.
Maybe you should have talked instead of just look at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, do you want to have sex? Do you just say it out loud? There was a story about a woman that lights a candle after 7 o'clock in the bedroom. So.
Like a bat signal?
Kind of. So if if the candle's lit in the bedroom at 7 o'clock, then that tells her husband, I want to have sex tonight. And I don't care how, that doesn't sound corny. I mean, whatever. If it works, it works. Because I think more marriages would last longer if they were doing more of that.
It's like
Sex or asking for it?
Sex.
Okay.
Asking for it's not going to work out. Most likely.
It's like a lighthouse we're going to ship into harbor.
Yeah.
I love. Please call in and tell us your signal. 312-591-8300. Cooper checked in on the text line from Warrenville. I tell my wife, let's go balance the checkbook if they're in front of the kids.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Hey, want to go balance the checkbook? Oh.
Those kids probably think they're in financial distress.
Giving them anxiety?
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, is the economy going to crash again?
Oh, that's great. Oh, man. I just want to know how people do it. And now Smitty checked in and said, I just lay across the roof
Oh,
of the
my
car
goodness.
with the sunroof open, hoping my wife wants to act like a thirsty hammer. It's a little aggressive there, man.
Yeah.
But whatever works. I'm curious what works for you at 312-591-8300. Check in and let us know how you let your partner know it's naughty time.
Is that how you do it?
It's naughty time.
Yeah,
It's
really. How do
naughty
you do
time?
it?
How do I do it?
Yeah.
Well, actually, it seems like Megan will just kind of come up to me and we're watching, let's say, a show, a challenge on MTV, and she'll, this is embarrassing because all her relatives listen.
Well, she's a grown woman.
I know.
She has a kid with you.
I know, but it still feels, it doesn't matter how grown I am, it still feels like I'm doing something wrong. I'm just going to say this. We never had sex. To the relatives listening out there, we've never had it. It was Immaculate Conception that Harper was born.
I'm sure that's what they already think. Yeah.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, we are about 12 minutes away from 8 o'clock, and that means Lollapalooza 4-day passes for you. We launch Ticket Blitz Thursday here on Q101, which will go all day through Lauren's show, through Brian Phillips' show, every hour, your chance. We started at 8, so 8 and 9, we'll be doing it for you right here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now, we're talking about a woman that put out on social, kind of went a little viral, about when she wants to let her husband know she wants to have sex, she lights a candle in the bedroom at 7 o'clock. And then he walks by, sees the candle, goes like, oh, it's on. And I think more direct communication or something like this that's a gimmick would help save relationships. Because I think it's one of the things that people just don't want to talk about. And then later on, they'll go, well, she never wanted to have sex. And she goes, yes, I did, you idiot. You just never noticed. And then they're already divorced by then.
Yeah.
That was very specific. Did you have a relationship like that?
No. That's not true at all. No. Not at all. But I think that really, I've heard that about people that have been married a long time. I'm coming up on just 3 years here.
Congratulations.
I'm still in that honeymoon period, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Know what I mean?
You said you weren't going to brag.
I know. So, Kara, again, I'm just pointing out the stats here. You've been divorced twice.
Yes.
How long were you married each time?
First one. Well, I dated the first one longer first.
Let's
but,
just say marriage time.
that was about 3-4 years.
Both of them?
The other one was 5-6 years. Something
Okay,
like
well, that's a good
Yeah.
amount of time.
Let me tell you, year 5 is tough.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you're in the honeymoon stage now.
Yeah,
Year 5 is very tough.
Yeah. Why do you think that was?
I don't know, but I noticed it both times. Like it's not.
Both times.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Damn. All right. Yeah, I just want to get those stats together there for everybody else.
Just to keep track on your baseball
But you're right.
card.
I should have done more than just here's the look. But there was a time where I stripped and they laughed at me, so that's a whole other thing.
I think we have a story to tell.
We're pausing for now. Because you're a very attractive lady.
Thank you.
I'm just saying that. Can I say that with HR? Is that okay?
It's
way I said
okay.
it?
You're allowed.
It's okay.
God, I hate just not being able to say what I want to say.
Yeah.
I know, it's so hard when your freedom of speech is restricted.
The man has his Italian loafer, his $500 shoe on the back of my neck, pushing it down. I can't talk and just say Kara's beautiful. I just can't say
Well,
that.
you can.
You can say it a lot, actually. It's fine.
Thank you. I haven't taken the training yet. God. Okay, so Kara, tell us about when you stripped down.
So I took a class. Wait,
was that wrong?
no,
funny.
Chicago used to have a pole dancing class, and then I also rented a video that got in more detail. And the class and the video said, don't worry, your guy will never laugh at you. Whatever you do, as long as it involves taking your clothes off, they're going to be happy. So the first time I tried it, I walked out at like 4 in the afternoon in like head to toe, just like lingerie, like high heels, everything.
Yep.
And my husband was on the couch watching sports and looks at me and goes, "Why are you dressed like that?" I turned around and walked right back in the bedroom, so I didn't even get to the stripping part.
I'm sitting here. I got money on this Rutgers game.
Yes.
Why are you interrupting the game?
Yeah. Second time, I had told my second husband about that. A guy was really, scarred from that. He goes, "Oh, if you ever try it again, don't worry." So I waited like months.
Yeah.
Then I tried it again, and I started doing my little dance, and he started cracking up because I am a bad dancer.
Wait, so you took a pole dancing class?
Yeah.
When you were dancing, did you have a pole in the house?
I did not, but I would. If you would have liked it, I would have put one in, though. That's good exercise.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
There's still, I know I go up on Clark Street. There is a pole dancing.
They're fun, those classes.
Sometimes I go home that way with Case.
And look in the window.
When Case is in the car with me, I'll go up Clark. I'll get off early. Adds about 15 minutes of the commute. But there's a pole dancing gym. I don't know what it's called. It's up on Clark Street, like Pole Cats.
Yeah.
That's actually a strip club, I think. So I don't think that's what it is. It's something called pole something.
Keep talking, keep incriminating yourself.
I don't know what the hell. So that's too bad that he didn't recognize you doing that because, you made an effort.
I did.
And that means that he's the slouch.
Yes.
I don't know him. I don't want to disparage. I'm just saying that's on him.
Yeah, I was shocked both times.
You should be.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
And really offended.
Right. So when he did that, and did you just go back in the room and put your clothes on?
I did both times. That's exactly what I did.
Let me go put on my Eeyore crew neck real quick.
Came back out with like a Beastie Boys like jumpsuit that they wore in the Intergalactic video. Yeah.
Girl goes and puts on her bucket hat again.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know.
You're such a catch.
Thank you.
Really. I mean, that's you didn't waste more time there.
That's what I feel.
I really feel
because you know
that
what?
too.
When I was single, I did do that, and people did not laugh. So it was a happy ending.
Yeah, it's a happy ending.
I'm sure for a lot of people.
So guys checking in from New Lenox, we're talking about what's the signal when you're a partner for a long time that you want to have some relations. And Guy from New Lenox, what's up, man? Thanks for checking in.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah, so does you do it or does your lady give you the signal?
No, my lady gives me the signal. She's not very subtle about it.
What does she do? Does she put a pole up in the living room and get naked?
No. I mean, you can't beat that story. But so I don't know, how do I say this appropriate on air? She kind of makes a grab.
Where does she grab you?
Oh, come on.
I mean, use your imagination.
You're not. Brian said that like he was in a courtroom.
He grabs you in the lower stomach region. There's always a hockey injury. It's like a lower abdominal injury. So right in that area, she grabs you right there.
Yeah, and then she does like a Charlie Chaplin eyebrow wiggle, where you move both the eyebrows up and down real fast.
Like a little, hello, baby.
Yeah.
You're a lucky man. How long you been married?
We are actually getting married in June.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How long you been together?
2 years now.
Okay.
So it is the honeymoon stage. It is.
The divorcee speaks up again.
Once again, Carol's going to say, wait till year 5.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and this a little bit relates to a little bit we talked about yesterday, where your meaningless accomplishments in the same world of the conversation, because this relates to things that you remember that you shouldn't remember. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, like a lot of people do it with their like high school locker code. They can remember that.
Do you know yours?
It was 30016.
Were you stone cold 316?
Was it really?
It was.
It really 30, or did you just say it really fast?
No, it was a master lock on my gym locker, and I had that. That was it.
There you go.
I sucked at lockers. I was the person there for like 15 minutes. I had like I still don't remember which way you have to go first. You have to reverse it. I'm like, this is impossible. Just let people break in. They're going to take my textbooks. This sucks.
Oh, my God.
Kenzie, I think you're a brilliant young woman. I'm also not surprised that locks give you trouble.
They just bother me. They really do. I don't know why I couldn't have been like, give me a key. Let me bust out a key.
Oh, my God.
I hate this.
Before we continue, do kids today have like digital lockers, or do they have a lock that they have to turn?
No, I don't think high schools are like a Men in Black situation where it's a thumbprint. I think they still have lockers.
I don't think they've upgraded that hardcore.
Yeah, do you think public education has that amount of money?
I forgot.
Fingerprint scan?
I forgot the Bears aren't paying their fair share of the tax breaks.
That's right.
So
I'll tell you what, anytime I finally book like a massage, which doesn't happen very often, but like say you're on vacation, you go to a spa, and I walk in, I realize I'm going to deal with one of those damn lockers. The entire relaxation, it leaves my body.
it's very stressful. It is. This isn't stressful, but it's something you shouldn't remember that you do. And it comes from this audio piece that's kind of gone viral about like the Disney Channel, the Nickelodeon, like remembering the numbers of the channels when you were young. And here's the description.
What channel numbers were Nickelodeon and Disney Channel for you growing up? 29 is Nickelodeon and 30 is Disney Channel for me. And I just got off FaceTime with my friend and we discovered that we had different channel numbers. Then we realized that there are so many people that have very different channel numbers that they're probably really attached to and associate those channels with, and it just makes sense to them. It just blew, like we were just shook that there may be so many people that feel this way. Are we like late to the game for realizing this, or have you guys ever thought about this?
Well, there's different cable systems in different areas, but Xfinity is everywhere. So that's pretty much everywhere in the country. But there was like RCN in Chicago, I remember back in the day, which was just a Chicago cable system, and the channels were all different. I don't know if, Kenzie, do you remember your Nickelodeon and Disney Channel numbers?
43, 45, baby.
Oh, my God.
Dunking on these.
Do you know, would that have been like Dish Network or what? Do you know I'm sure you don't know your cable provider.
Oh my God. Stop it. Okay, I do not remember, and it wouldn't have been any of the really like good ones. There's not a chance that we had nice TV at all when I was a kid. Not a chance.
Did your dad tap into the neighbor's house and get a legal cable?
Absolutely. There's not a chance in hell we had like a normal. We brought Boost Mobile energy with the TV. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we are at.
I'm trying to think of a bad cable system.
Well, Spectrum does cable, right?
Yeah, they did. I don't know if they still do.
Yeah, I wouldn't want Spectrum. No offense to anybody that still has Spectrum cable.
Well, most people have cut the cord by now, right? I don't know about most, but a lot of people have.
You and I, proud YouTube TV subscribers.
YouTube TV, whoop, whoop.
Kenzie, by the way, you had Xfinity. I just looked it up.
Well, I have Xfinity now.
Okay, well, you had Xfinity then, too.
Why? Why would you know that? What do you mean?
I Googled Disney Channel 43, and it came up with the Xfinity channel listing.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well, so your dad was stealing cable.
But even, does that make a difference if you live somewhere else? Because at that point in my life, I lived in North Carolina.
No, it should be nationally the same channels.
Yeah, because it was cable,
Type in 43 Disney Channel North Carolina.
I'm not doing that.
And see what comes up.
But Kenzie, you're an Xfinity subscriber now?
Yeah, we have Xfinity now.
So your kids probably won't ever have this sensation because you probably have a voice remote, right?
So we have a voice remote. So we have Xfinity, but we like way went down on our package because honestly, what we have like Disney Plus and stuff.
Okay.
So beyond that, it's not even like a channel for the most part. Like obviously Marino's not like clicking channels or anything, so it's just Tristan right now. Not a lot of remote fights, but he's either on Disney Plus or Netflix, or like, I've never seen him even surf channels before.
Wow.
Which is crazy to think about, right? Like, think about how we would go back, forth, like waiting for our show to come on. He's only watched regular TV when it's a Cubs game, or when we watch like maybe like The Voice or something. We'll throw on when there's, his cousins are over or something. But like everything else, they just go to apps anyways.
I was going to say, did your husband just call Xfinity and say, I just want the marquee network?
Oh my God, we did that.
That's all I want.
And they don't let you do that. So
No.
that's why our Xfinity is way smaller because we just bought the marquee app instead.
Oh, okay. Because they said at one point you could, what's the word I'm looking for? A la carte. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if you can do it like to one channel.
I don't think you can do it to one channel. Just give me CNN and I'm good. Thank you.
Of course, that would be Case's pick. We all know that.
Sorry, I like to be informed.
Yeah.
God.
Old school. CNN.
Do you remember? Okay, so Brian, you don't remember any TV numbers?
I don't. And I was talking to Case before we got on the air with this when the song was playing. And I had at this kind of probably the area you're talking about. I had my condo, and the only thing we could do to get some kind of service was DirecTV, which I bought the TiVo box.
My man.
There was DirecTV, and TiVo was glorious in the beginning
No, but what
stages.
about when you were a little, like a kid? Not when you owned a condo. I wasn't watching Disney. That's not when I was watching Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. What the hell?
Is Dan Schneider in your contacts? I don't know about it.
Right? Yeah. I don't have any memory of the channel numbers. I don't know why.
Really?
What did you watch? Were you even watching like Nickelodeon, Disney?
I watched not Disney, but Nickelodeon I watched. And then I watched Bugs Bunny that was on like
You weren't. I don't even be offended, but you didn't like listen to shows on the radio, did you? Was that like a thing then?
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.